Hello and welcome to this look at the June weather prospects. May was the sunniest calendar month on record in the UK with 266 hours of sunshine. That beat the previous record set in June 1957 when 265 hours were recorded. So there wasn't a great deal in it, but we did get there. Now, with immaculate timing, the weather has turned cooler and more changeable just as summer starts. So the question is, can we expect the heat to return as we head through June? Well, the TWO monthly forecast headline isn't great if you are a heat seeker, because what it suggests is a close to average month, both in terms of temperature and rainfall. So what I'm going to do here is quickly step through a few charts to explain what I think may happen during the days and weeks ahead. But do remember that in the UK, long range forecasts are very, very difficult and they often go wrong. So here we are with the GFS 6Z model run temperature anomaly chart for the next 10 days. So this is a forecast showing whether temperatures are expected to be below or above the average through the coming 10 days taken as a whole. The blue shading over the UK indicates slightly cooler than average conditions, 1 to 2 degrees below the norm. So it's not looking particularly warm. And those rather cool conditions, as you can see, sort of extend down into France, Germany, and quite a lot of Western and Southwestern Europe. What about rainfall? Well, this chart shows the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere. So it's not strictly rainfall, but it gives an idea of what we can expect. And again, it's for the next 10 days. Green shading on this particular plot indicates more water vapor in the atmosphere than the long-term average. So it is looking a little bit wetter than norm through the first 10 days of June. And a lot of farmers and growers will probably be quite grateful if that is how things develop, because it has been very, very dry in the last couple of months. Now, if I go a little bit further ahead and use this ensemble forecast chart to illustrate the prospects for the middle part of the month, what we can see here on the upper half of the plot is temperatures of the 850 HPA level. That's about 5,500 feet above sea level, and it's used to give an indication of the air mass that is overhead at any particular point in time. So what you can see is in the short term, in the next short to medium term, temperatures at this level are mostly forecast to be below this thick black line, which indicates a 30-year average. So rather cool conditions. Now, things change by the 11th of June, and you can see there is a trend towards a warmer air mass covering at least the southern part of the UK. This plot is for London. By the 17th of June, the trend is downwards again, so perhaps cooler conditions begin to return. But certainly in this period between the 11th and 16th, we could see some warmer conditions returning. It's difficult to be too precise, but the values here suggest that we could see temperatures of between 25 Celsius and perhaps even nudging up towards 30 Celsius if we're really lucky on 1 or 2 days during that period. But as I say, I think mid-20s Celsius would be more likely. Along the bottom here, we can see the forecast for rainfall for the 16-day period. So again, if we just focus on the sort of middle part, the middle third of the month, because I covered the earlier part already, what you can see is an ongoing risk of rainfall. So again, I think we can expect rather changeable conditions to continue, even if it does turn warmer. It may well not be particularly settled. At least that's what the forecast data is suggesting at the current time. If we look beyond the 19th of June towards the last third of the month, I'll quickly bring up this chart from the ECMWF model, which goes out to this particular version of it goes out to 30 days ahead. And again, I've highlighted the UK. it's showing temperature anomalies, and on this plot, blue indicates cooler than average, orange and brown indicate warmer than average. And this is for the third week of June. And so you can see that across the UK, there isn't really much of an anomaly. White shading indicates neither colder nor warmer than what we would expect at this time of year. In the far north and across Northern Ireland, it's looking cooler, perhaps indicating that high pressure is going to be centered in the Atlantic, maybe nudging towards the UK, but with cooler, rather cool conditions coming across the Atlantic and over the top of it. Into the final week of the month, again, it's a similar story, not much of a temperature anomaly across the UK. So pretty close to the seasonal norm in late June, if this forecast data is to be believed. In terms of rainfall, I'll not show you the plots for precipitation, but the trend there is towards drier conditions returning late in the month. So perhaps high pressure beginning to build closer to the UK as June comes to an end. We'll see how that turns out. So in summary, it's looking like quite a mixed month, perhaps wetter than average for maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks. All of the UK could see showers or longer spells of rain during that period. And initially, it's looking quite cool. We could see it turning warmer for a period during the middle third of the month, but perhaps then the temperatures tail away again. So very mixed prospects as things stand at the moment. Thanks for watching. Bye now.